It's another episode of TMP, man. What's good with it, man? We got a new episode today, and it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one, man. I really believe so. It's gonna be a good one. We're gonna discuss the No Kings protest taking place on October the 18th, which is today, Saturday. Yes, sir, in the year of 2025, man. We gotta discuss this whole situation going down, man. Y'all tap in, y'all hit the like button, y'all tune in. It is time to have a good old discussion. Okay, shrink me down, son. Okay, I like that. Let y'all see me today, man. What's up, man? See this smiling, beautiful face talking back at you this morning, man. How y'all doing this morning? This early morning that is going down. It's going down today, man. It is going down, man. We got to do this TMP style. True masculinity style. The only way we know how. See if we can get some folks tapped in this morning. Let's get some folks tapped on in here, man. I'm ready to have this good old discussion this morning with folks. Oh, Lord of mercy, dropping phones.
The organizers of the No Kings Day protest, thank you guys both for...
Let's not go. Let's see if we can get some folks in here. Hit that like button to be jumping on in here, the True Masculinity Podcast this morning. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Let's get it started. No Kings protest to take place across the United States.
Against the Trump administration this weekend as part of the No Kings protest. Massive demonstrations are expected coast.
Fair use. Come on in here, hit that like button. Let's have this good old discussion this morning. Hope everybody's having a blessed morning.
The coast against the Trump administration this weekend as part of the No Kings protests. And organizers say they expect millions to rally against President Trump's policies. That includes ICE arrest and his use of the National Guard. In Illinois, the Cook County Sheriff's Office arresting at least nine people over alleged confrontations with police at an anti-ICE protest in the Chicago metro area. So let's bring the panel back in. John, Marcia, LZ, Jeanette. So John, Republican leaders are labeling the No Kings protests as a series of Hate America rallies. Your reaction to this?
They're not Hate America rallies. They're people expressing their fundamental right as an American to protest. The question I have is, who's behind them? Who's funding them? And there's a lot of reports.
Yeah, nobody's disparaging folks from peacefully protesting if they feel like that's an issue in America. That's your American right, man. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of being an American citizen, man. You have the right to protest. You have the right to assemble. You know what I'm saying? You have the right to vote for who you want to, man. This is a free country, and you're free to civilly protest, man. You can't throw things, you can't burn things, you can't loot things, you can't tear up cities. All this shit cannot happen. You know what I'm saying? You cannot deface the American flag. Certain things you can't do, man. That's just part of living in America. Yeah, man. Hands off our schools, our veterans, our immigrants, our scientists, our democracy. No Kings protest to take place across the United States. Okay. Hey, let's get to it.
That there's very organized, deep pocket funding of these. So I wonder how organic it really is.
Why is there a picture of a black woman
behind them? Who's funding them?
Have a picture of have a sign with a black or a Latino woman.
And there's a lot of reports that there's very organized, deep pocket funding of these. So
I think she's white. She looks Caucasian to me. But why does she have a picture? Our resistor heroes resist. That is just the weirdest. Optically, that you can't tell me that is not just the weirdest thing. This is a fair-skinned lady. Could be Latino. Could be the one of the Anglo Latinos that classify themselves as white, but kind of looks like a Caucasian to me. But she has a sign with obviously a sister, kinky hair, with a sign that says resist. This is the liberal in a nutshell, man. Like they want us to jump off the porch. They look at us like we're crash outs. They want us to jump off the porch for their own agendas. And to be honest, I think black folks, we have to stay out of this shit, bro. This is not us. This is not our fight. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hit that like button too if you're tapping in here. Resist what? This is not our fight. This is not our fight. This is the liberal bourgeoisie that got bread, got money, got time, got resources to waste their Saturdays. Don't have nothing better to do on their Saturday but to clog city streets, clog city parks, and cause dysfunction and chaos amongst these cities and act like they're doing something that's like out of the graces of their heart, or like they got so much love for immigrants and all these other ethnicities and backgrounds of America. Let's be honest, that's not how America operates. That's not what's going on. Hit that like button, jumping on in here. That is not how people view us in America. For one, Latino people don't like us. That's first and foremost. Latino people don't like us. African people, immigrants don't like us. Latino immigrants don't like us. They don't support us. They don't do anything to support African American folks. They always want to jump on us with the Black and Brown coalition. They always want to throw their issues into theirs with us, as far as the legal immigrants and shit like that. But their issues are not specific to Black folks or FBA Black folks in America at all. Like they're not intertwined or linked in those way, form, or fashion. So yeah, in the Caucasian, like we know about the liberal white man and white woman. They're the most dysfunctional, deceptive type of people that's run through America, man. So let's talk about that. Let's get to that. Let's get to the deception and the how they want to manipulate folks and use them as puppets for their bidding. They want us to be the ones that's crashing out here, getting arrested, locked up, disenfranchised, looking like fucking idiots. And no, this is going to be your chance to show your mettle and show how much you really care about immigrants, show how much you really feel like Trump is a tyrant and is going to take away rights and human rights from people and Black folks and all type of people and communities in America. Show us how much you really care. I don't like shit like this. I don't like the optics of this. Talking about with a Black woman with an ace heart card, talking about resist. I don't condone this. I don't fuck with this at all. Like, why don't you do it? Why don't you resist? Why don't you show us how much you really care about all these communities and people and situations that you proclaim to have an affinity or a respect for, or you want to defend these communities. Show us through your actions. Show us. I'm tired of these liberal mind games they play with us. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick and tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all Black folks, I'm gonna tell you again, stay out of it. October 18th today, go watch a movie, go hang with your relatives, go work out, go, watch some football. Do something that's actually productive for your life. Go apply to some jobs, go do something, clean your house, interact with your kids, do something. Friends, interact with your friends and family. Do something that impacts you, that improves your individual life. Stop trying to have a group mindset or a group think with these liberal, shield, weirdo, fucking backdooria people that they want you to crash out because they're crashed out. Like they're burnt out. Look at this older lady. A lot of these women, like across America, you see it's a lot of older, liberal women out here, white women, specifically Caucasian women that's out here, caping for a lot of these different issues that they have with America. But ultimately, they're mad that Trump won. And if you ask me, they're mad that the Democrats are taking a back seat at this point in life. And democracy, they say that the Democrats do not own democracy. Like that is the most crocker shit ever. Like they think that Trump is a threat to democracy. Like that is cap. That's cap. Like this country is running at optimum efficiency right now. If you ask me, hit that like button and jumping on in here, man. But yeah, just this sign alone kind of troubles and disturbs me, man. Like, go somewhere with that shit. Put a white liberal woman out there with a goddamn head wrap, you know what I'm saying, and eating a bag of fucking Funyuns and Cheetos on your goddamn shit. Stop putting melanated folks on your damn signs. Talking about resist. Like, I don't like the optics of it. Y'all the ones that got a problem with shit. Y'all white people, Caucasian people have a problem with Caucasian people. Y'all the one that seem to be the most adamantly have the most adamant hatred for Trump, not us. You don't see a whole bunch of Black folks out here just. You know what I'm saying? We got the couple one-offs that are ignorant and following liberal white women and white men because they're manipulated and they're idiots and they don't want to do any of the research for themselves, or they don't want to look at the anecdotal data that's right in front of them. So, yeah, man, you resist.
I wonder how organic it really is. But regardless, it's their right to do it. My question is the fundamental one I've had all along, and that is, it's okay to protest, it's okay to oppose, but what is the Democrats' message? What is the Democrats' alternative to what's the president doing other than to say the president's a thug and the president's a bad guy and mocking the president, right? So in less than
that is my ultimate question is what's the ultimate gain? Like, what do you get out of mocking the standing president? of the United States. What do you get out of that? Like other countries, man, like I swear, we are so blessed to be in America. That's all I can say. And I'm glad for that, because I do feel like people should, if you have an issue, you should be able to voice that issue and voice that opinion. But the biggest takeaway from this is it also gets to show how outlandish your critiques are. You know how basically you're just real childlike. A lot of folks, especially liberals, they're very childish. They're very, very childish in their approach to how they deal with issues that they have, you know, discomfort or disgust or dislike for. Like just the way they operate is very childlike and immature in nature. You know what I'm saying? Like making blow up dolls with Trump in diapers and all these little weirdo one, you know, just off outlandish off brand things that y'all do that y'all think is getting some type of headway or making progress. What is it really doing other than just being not even comedic relief, but just kind of like, you know, fodder. And what is it doing? Like, what is your ultimate? What do you want to do? Like, we know what you really want to do. A lot of you want somebody to, you know, do something to Trump. That's what y'all really want. That's what a lot of you liberal weirdos, because y'all don't want to accept defeat. Like, y'all really want something to happen to this man. That's what y'all really want. Y'all really are some of the most disgusting, deplorable people on this planet. In all honesty, y'all really want somebody that want to hurt Donald Trump, and then hey, all hell gonna break loose. You did, because like this country. Like, we know the country, we've seen what happens when liberals get the gun, when liberals get the bullets, and liberals get the pen. You know, when liberals making all of the executive decisions, we see how this country is ran into the ground. Anybody that has a little bit of age, maybe have a 3 in front of that number of their age, you know, 3 or 4s, you know, and above. It's a cycle that we've seen repeat over and over again, man. We see under liberal regime, I'm talking about Obama, I'm talking about Biden, Harris administration, bro. It is straight chaotic melee out here in these streets, bro. We see some of the most worst egregious acts happening under these people, like literally happening under these people. Like it was, I believe, yeah, under all the issues that we have, damn near, as far as all the black killings that people, the Trayvon Martin was under the Obama regime, the situations with I think what's the name was under Biden, the what's that guy's name, George Floyd. Like, just all the chaotic racial issues seem to always hit a powder keg under these Democrats. I'm just being honest. If y'all have not taken notice of that, maybe you're not old enough to understand the correlation. But I have yet to see a time when every time the Democrats get in office, just America turns ghetto as hell. It turns to a ghetto shithole, in my opinion. Like, they set us back as a nation. You know, when you're allowing degeneracy to run rampant, when you allow immigrants to run rampant, illegal immigrants to run rampant, when you allow the devil into the schools, and you allow the devil into the media airwaves, and to be, you know, putting that propaganda and that rainbow coalition stuff onto the kids. Like, they unravel and unveil a whole demonic regime whenever they get in office, man. I'm just being honest.
They get a clear message about what they're going to do if they get into power. They're still going to struggle in the polls, and they're still going to struggle at the ballot box. And that's just a fact.
LZ, you think these protests could cause more military force?
I don't know, to be quite honest with you. You know, it's disappointing if it does. You know, this country was founded on protest. The Boston Tea Party was a protest. You know, so the very idea that a U.S. president or any elected official would view Americans exercising their free right to express themselves as anti-American seems counterintuitive.
The problem isn't with the protest. The problem is the Antifa aspect of the protest, the riots, the looting, the throwing rocks and debris at soldiers and things like that, at ICE facilities. It's the chaos. That is the issue. That is the biggest issue that people are taking. And the blocking the streets, just the dysfunction and the disorder that it brings to the country when people are doing these things, these protests, these mass protests over nothing, over being sore losers, actually, if you ask me. A bunch of these, majority of these liberals are just sore losers, man. When, like, other than the small people that went to the, that went in, I forgot what, January 6th or whatever the situation that everybody wants to throw up, them small amount of people that came to the Capitol building or whatever like that, it pales in comparison to the people that are protesting and having issue with Trump being in office. As far as the liberals are out there. You know, they're out there. You know, as far as just the measures that they'll take to cause division and dysfunction in this country and chaos, and things like that. When this is a time of where we should be, coming together as a country, and we should be, trying to do things to rectify issues that we see with this country peacefully. We know the liberals that they do not know that. In today's time, the common liberal is basically almost a garden variety terrorist of sorts. Just being honest, Antifa. Got to root these folks out, man. We got to root these folks out of our communities and out of our cities and out of our country. In all honesty, man, like a lot of these folks, they are taking these protests too far. Like I said, they're just causing a lot of damage, destruction, and things like this in these cities. So if they can do it peacefully, I'm cool with it. But I can understand a military wanting to be mobilized to a lot of these cities, especially if they're going to be setting fire to things, throwing bricks and debris at law enforcement officials, just destroying property, just a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just horrible acts like that, dude. They have no place in this country, man. Like, protest is one thing, rioting and chaos is a whole nother, man. So we got to really be able to differentiate between the two and stop trying to, be, as I like to say, intellectually dishonest, man. Stop trying to label rioting and, destruction as a protest, because it's not. It's two different things.
Of everything that we know what the Constitution stands for in the history of this country. So I don't know if we're going to see any violence during these protests tomorrow, to be honest with you. I just know if we do, it won't be anything that the founding fathers support.
Well, let's hope for no violence for sure. So, Jeanette, as the government shutdown continues to threaten federal workers' jobs and seeps into daily life, some Republican lawmakers are suggesting that the protests are a distraction, compounding the shutdown. What's your take on that?
Yeah, well, it is very concerning that, some Senate Democrats are speaking at some of these protests that are sponsored by very far left groups. I mean, I'm looking at the protest rally for the organization in New York at the No Kings group. It's the Communist Organization of New York, the Young Socialist groups of New York. I mean, these are the groups that Chuck Schumer is kowtowing to in not reopening our federal government because he's afraid of a primary challenge from the far left. These are the organizations from the far left that Senate Democrats are speaking to rather than being in Washington, D.C. and voting to reopen our federal government and get to work for the American people. And, the rate of political violence in our country is at such an alarming rate right now. We saw what happened on college campuses with some of these protests that were linked to groups affiliated with Hamas and Antifa. So my concern is that, yes, peaceful protests are perfectly appropriate when they remain peaceful, but the risk of political violence right now in this country is at an all-time high, especially when it concerns federal law enforcement 1,000 times more than we've ever seen before.
Jeanette, back to you really quickly. Do you think it matters who's behind organizing these rallies?
Well, I certainly do. When it's people who intend to harm law enforcement, when it's people who intend to hurt Americans like terrorists.
Exactly. It's all about the agenda that they have behind these protests, which nobody seems to have any type of solution as to, or any type of gain that these protests are doing. What are they doing? Other than stopping the normal day-to-day of people out here trying to go to work, trying to live their life, trying to just be out here, and maybe they don't agree with your protest, and they have to go through this. They have to sift through the bullshit. They have to drive their cars and through the protesters and the weirdos and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about the people that actually are conservative? They actually agree with the Republican Party and all the actions that they're doing. We still have to deal with the chaos. The flooded streets, the ignorance thrown in your face. It's just like I said, it's an American right to do this, but I feel like this is kind of outlandish. And at this point, we got to move on. You know what I'm saying? We can't be stuck as a nation on the past, on the election of last year, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to move forward. This is not how progress is made in America. This is how we stay stagnant in America. And this is not how progress is made, at all.
Organizations like Hamas, I certainly think that's important who's behind it. And frankly, if there is credible information that Hamas is behind any of these protests, they should be shut down.
And then, Marsha, according to the ACLU, more than 5 million people participated in the No Kings rallies back in June. Do you think more people show up this time this weekend?
I really don't know, but what it is, people are frustrated, and this gives them a thing to do because you really feel powerless in this situation. And this is a chance for people to mobilize and express that frustration. We have to take that very seriously. And yes, agree it has to be peaceful. stop there, right? It has to continue and continue to organize and turn this into it so that we actually have a continued movement here. But the American public is saying it loud and clear. They've had enough of this.
LZ, what do you think is the best way for people to express their frustration right now, if they have any frustration with the Trump administration?
Economically, to be honest with you, the power right now.
Economically. I want to see what this brother talking about.
Now, it's not in the vote because there's no general election for people to vote to. There's no midterm that's happening anytime soon. But
yeah, we've already spoken. We already have a leader for the next 4 years. For the next 4 years, right? Elected leader, rightfully elected, bro. People have spoken. They want conservatives back. They want God back in their country. They want order. They want law and order back in their country. They want a strong national defense. They want mass deportation of the influx of illegal immigrants and aliens that came to this country under the Biden-Harris administration. We're ready for change. We're tired of the same old. See, when they took the election in 2020 away from Trump, that was their time to really enact change. That was the thing that that Obama ran his whole election on, which was change. It was change and hope. Change and hope. See, the liberals have taken hope out of society, man. They had their chance. Biden had their chance. All they do was point the finger at Trump. What he did for 4 years was cry about who the Republican-led Senate or House. He deflected and pointed blame at Trump for all the issues that he had. He talked about how he inherited a messed up government due to COVID, which was nobody could really predict, unfortunately. And then he went on to do nothing for the common day American. He made things harsher and harder and more strenuous for the common day American. Trump spoke out against the vaccinations and the forced vaccinations that we all seem to have some type of memory loss or be remiss on the whole situation of the rollout of the vaccinations, the forced vaccinations, the furlough and laying off of people for not being vaccinated, of a trial vaccine. It's like we lose our whole shit and forget all about that. Now, that all you liberals that just drank the Kool-Aid and did what your master told you, Biden-Harris, and you got nothing out of it. You still got shitty. You still went through massive inflation. He did nothing for the common day citizen. All they did was point fingers at Trump. They tried to undo all the things that Trump did. And we felt no type of progress in the nation during that time under the Biden-Harris administration. It was just straight chaotic. And, like I said, a bunch of just liberal weirdo shit, a bunch of promoting counterculturalism and LGBTism and all this weirdo shit, and like, well, what did that get you? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my opinion. Like, what did that get you as a people?
We've seen with ABC Disney, as it pertains to what happened with Jimmy Kimmel, that the dollar still works. And so, if you're asking me, what do I think needs to evolve from the demonstrations, I would say economic strength. Certainly, if you look at U.S. history,
America is built on radical individualism, bro. So this lip boxing and all this talking and things like that, as far as talking about we need to organize financially, that is like they know that's a farce. They know that's not going to happen. Like, that's you just talking in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking at your ass, as they say. It's like that doesn't even make any sense. Communities have to look out for communities. You're talking about like the whole Democratic Party is going to unite financially to try to do what? Like, you're still a part of America. You're still a part of the economy and the GDP and gross domestic production and product. Like, what are you going to protest or hold your dollar from that's going to affect Trump and the conservatives? Well, like, that makes no fucking sense at all. As far as, like, you're a part of the country. So what are you going to protest and hold your dollar or protest by not spending your dollar on? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. It has no practicality to it. You need gas. You're paying your mortgage or your rent. You need food. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, you're a part of America. Like, just because you're a Democrat doesn't mean you're defected, and you don't like Trump doesn't mean you defected from America or you denounce your citizenship. And if you are, then leave. We don't need these type of weirdos in our country, in all honesty. Like, they're causing division, they're causing chaos. They don't want to give any type of leverage to the other side. They don't want to give any type of leverage or give any type of credit for the other side doing anything positive. It's really a liberal mindset in a nutshell.
One of the greatest examples of that would be the boys boycott. Black people in the South tired of segregation from this government, months, years.
Once again, to me, that's a bad comparison, a bad reference. What are you protesting? As an American citizen, as a common American citizen, where are you holding your dollar for? I see if you say, we hold our votes and things like that, what I'm saying, so we get some provisions and things that actually work for us. But what are you doing? Like, what is not spending your money or holding your dollars? How is that affecting the conservative party? How's that affecting the Republicans? That's what I want to know. Maybe if you want to get the government shutdown done, you can probably make some headway in that regard. But as far as what is holding your money and trying to slow up the economy or slow up the money movement? How does that help? How does that affect the conservative party? How does that affect Trump? How does that get back, or I will show you to the left? I mean, to the right. I don't get it. Okay. So, like I said, people be out here. The left, the Democrat shields be out here just talking out their ass. Don't even make no sense. Like, you comparing today's time to the bus boycotts of the civil rights era. Like, I'm just confused, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know why people would do anything like that. It makes no sense. But go off, man. Hit that like button for me too if you tapped in here with True Masculinity Podcast. Like, subscribe, all the above, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in, having this discussion with us this morning.
Boycotting to express themselves, and it worked. And so, I would simply say that to continue to evolve in terms of expressing yourself, in terms of expressing resistance, the dollar has always proven to be a mighty powerful voice.
I love it.
Washington
Crack down on that flag burning, man. I love it.
was the most dangerous place in this country, and now, you know what? It's probably the safest place in our country. Everyone's starting to come here. The restaurants now you can't get in. Many of them closed because they couldn't open with crime. Everybody before me is happy what I'm doing. Most of you won't say that because you're radical left. The newspapers are so.
Bruh, bingo. Most people will not give him the credit because you're radical left. It's including the damn near all of the publications out here, the news publications out here are controlled by the left. They're radical left control. You know what I'm saying? They are them people controlled. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, man, they're really doing their job as far as spreading propaganda and misinformation. They're doing a great job as far as controlling the people, keeping them, incapacitated, and keeping them in a sleep zombified mindset. Sheep, sleep, and zombified. Whatever, all the above. Keep you asleep, keep you as a sheep, and keep you in a zombified stupor where they can control your emotions and everything, man. Even your actions at this point, man. So I feel like propaganda and it is real. It is real, man. And brain control, mind control, all this stuff, it is real, man. Because propaganda is the first tool of mind control. Once they get you under their control and indoctrinated to what their mindset and their line of thinking, that they have control over your actions at that point. Like, you're a willing participant to be a slave or a puppet. So yeah, I'm glad that Trump is going hard on the flag burning, because I've seen some of that defacing the flag shit, and there's a lot of these illegal immigrants coming over here showing their flags, defacing the American flag. It's like America has really gotten out of control, and we got to pull this thing back. You know what I'm saying? As far as just the disrespect has to stop. That's just me. The disrespect toward the flag. Like, I'm glad he's made these executive orders. Somebody should get checked for some of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dishonest. The press is totally dishonest, but that's all right. We've gotten used to it, and we won in a landslide, so they obviously lost their power. I mean, it's impossible to imagine that when you get 97% negative stories, purposely negative stories, even though you've done 97% positive things, that you could win an election in a landslide, winning all seven. Think of it, all 7 swing states, winning by the popular vote by.
I didn't vote, but I would have voted for Trump this year. I didn't vote, didn't feel like going. I was in another state. I moved from North Carolina to Colorado, so I didn't really cast my ballot, but he had my support, and he has my support online. I use all my platforms to speak a conservative viewpoint, and yeah, I'm all the way down with the orange man at this point, man, because the Democrat plantation is just it is a disgusting, degenerate place to be right now, man. And I feel for all of you Negroes that think I'm lost in the way that I think, because I have conservative values and a conservative viewpoint. But I honestly feel sorry for y'all that y'all continue to vote blue no matter who. Y'all continue to jump on the Democrat plantation where you're not black if you don't vote for Biden. And they try to scare you. They say they're gonna put you back in chains. They do all type of disrespectful race baiting rhetoric that they think they can, you know, connive you and trick and con you into voting for them based off of identity politics and things that they spit, keeping hot sauce in your pocket and your purse and all that shit, trying to Hillary Clinton trying to emulate Beyonce and all this weirdo shit. It's like, come on, bro. Like, just the disrespect is daunting. Like having, like I said, having Megan Thee Stallion up there twerking her ass off with Kamala Harris and down in Atlanta, having Quavo out there in his little fake ass suit, look like he got it from Walmart, talking to motherfuckers. Shit don't even fit. Nigga ain't never wear a suit in his life. Publicly now he wearing suits and shit. Like, come on, man. It's the Democrat plantation, bro. And that's why people like me, I've woken up to, like, I'm old enough to have seen the patterns and to see the manipulation being done and the trick bag being done for millions of black folks out here that vote blue no matter who, just because that's how they've been indoctrinated their whole lives. So these are facts, not fiction. Hit that like button, man.
Millions of votes. We had a fantastic, the best this year, districts out of 3,000 districts. I guess we won 3,500. We won 2,750, and they won 500. And that's, to me, the best of all. And we had tremendous.
I hate to keep interrupting, but it's crazy how they can depict this man as such a straight demon and devil when, like you just said, the people have spoken. Like, the majority of people are not the loudest, brother. Like, and that's just the reality. Like, the people that have the most sense aren't always the loudest, man. It's the people that are ignorant. It's the people that have lacking in education. It's the people that are overly emotional. It's the people that are already living alternative lifestyles, so they're already confused and really demonic. You know, and if you want to be 100% honest, that's how I feel. Like, the people that live in these confusing alternative lifestyles are already, they're living counterculturalism as already. So it's like, to me, I feel like living in a taboo counterculturalism abomination of a life already sets you up to be obstinate toward authority. You know, you don't like authority. You want to live free. You want to live in a life where nobody cast any type of opinion, where other people can't have opinions, where you can't have just a civil debate where people express how they feel. You want everybody just to shut up and agree and be agreeable, and that's not the world. We're human beings. We're all different. You know, we're very diverse. You know, you look the same but have completely different mindset and mode of operandum. Just because you're black doesn't mean you operate one way, and just because you're white, Hispanic, Asian, and Indian, that, you know, you can all have your own free thinking, free will, and opinion out here. So it's like, yeah, man, it's not to me, it's not hard to see why the left didn't win the election. They're having people falling off, going right to the right, you know, turning political parties on them, you know, because people are getting tired of the emotionality and emotionalism and the identity politics and, you know, being ruled by your emotions and controlled by, you know, people telling you what to do, you know, to people trying to turn you into a damn puppet. And you got these puppeteers like Biden and you know, Kamala Harris been quiet as a church mouse since she didn't win the election. You know, all these, where are these liberals? You know, we talked about the one girl, Crockett, you know, this, you know, whatever her name, some Crockett, don't got no kids, weirdo. I mean, like, where are these liberal folks when you need them? You know, and what are they doing for their constituents? What are they doing to help America? You know, just because their party isn't in power does not mean that they're dead. Does not mean that the political party is dead and is not useful and can't be beneficial toward the government, you know, toward the betterment of the United States and the other people that did not vote the way in which you voted. But it feels like they took their ball and they ran. You know what I'm saying? They took their ball and they're leaving at this point. That's how it really seems. It's like our political party isn't in charge and isn't winning. So, you know, hell with America. And that's how it comes off to me. You know, I haven't been seeing them say anything positive about the regime. I haven't heard them speaking anything like they're trying to help America progress or do anything positive. Like, what is your purpose, in my opinion? That's how I look at shit. Like, just because you didn't win doesn't mean you're not still an American citizen that can put forth effort to try to improve America. So That's what confuses the hell out of me. Like it has literally seemed like the left has just went completely missing, fell off the face of the earth, and when they pop out, they're only here to put a middle finger toward Trump and the conservatives. Like, why? How is that helping your people that are not in politics, that are just the common American citizen that's confused, that does not even know nothing about the facts, that does not want to educate themselves politically? How does that help them progress on that day-to-day life when all you do is disparage Trump and point your finger at Trump and talk about, oh, what he did 5-10 years ago and all this shit, and stealing documents and all this shit, talking about the past, trying to get him incarcerated, just going on a straight up smear campaign on all these platforms, MSNBC, CNN, all these places, just going on straight smear campaigns to, disparage this man's name and throw smut on this man's name and his reputation. So I just wonder, do y'all do anything but shit on Trump? Do y'all do anything to actually help conservative people that may have a liberal viewpoint, but they may disagree just politically with y'all? Do y'all help your own people? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, what's the movement right now for y'all? That's my question. Like, where's the progress? Where's the motion? What are you doing right now? Because we see what the Republicans are in office. They running shit. They making moves. They're making major moves, and it's like all y'all doing is just doing emotionalism. Acts of emotionalism, protest, crying. No Kings protest, whatever the fuck that means. The no king, like I said, no Kings protest, whatever the fuck that means. Excuse my French. It's just identity politics, and you're trying to rile people up emotionally. That's all y'all do. Y'all try to charge up the Tyler Robinsons of the world emotionally, tell them that to living an ungodly life is a Christian. that's literally what you're telling a lot of Americans that vote blue and that live these democratic lifestyles and these liberal lifestyles. You're trying to tell them to live that God condones debauchery, degeneracy, and all the above. And that's to me, that is the most confusing ish I've ever heard, dog. Like, y'all, it's wild, bro. Hit that like button, man. Tap in with TNP. Hit that like button.
In every way, the election. And it's hard to believe you can do that when you have a corrupt media. But many of you are corrupt, and it's nothing we can do about it. But we keep winning, and we're going to keep winning. And this whole story on crime is incredible that the Democrats wouldn't be with us. So the mayor of Chicago, I watched him this morning. He said, Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. He only apprehended 9 people. Well, number one, that's false. It's thousands. We'll get into that. But more importantly than anything, we took guns away. We have some of the worst career professionals out of the country already. They've been taken out of the country, and some are in solid confinement because these were killers. We arrested some very bad people. And in the last 11 days, again, I hate to say it because it sounds so ridiculous, but in the last 11 days, we've had no murders. And that's the first time that's taken place in years. We always have a murder a week. They call it a murder a week. You come here from Iowa, you come here from Indiana, you come here from Idaho because you're so proud of your country, you love your country, and then you get murdered. Your son gets murdered, your daughter gets murdered, you get murdered. See the media, you get murdered. Many of you have been mugged in Washington, you just don't want to talk about it. And I know that every time I do this with you almost everything, but every time I do this with you, people are saying to yourselves, he's right, and then you write a negative story. But we are doing it.
Exactly. I call it being intellectually dishonest, man. Propaganda, spreading misinformation. I just call it what it is. It's called intellectually dishonesty. It's what it is, man. You use your intelligence, you use your research, you use your data, you use your intellect to manipulate and misguide the people who don't have that same level of intelligence. And like I said, for the free thinkers, shit don't work. For the TNPers, shit don't work, man, because I promote free thinkers. I promote you having your own mindset. I promote you going out and doing the research for yourself, and don't just group think. Don't just group yourself in. Don't just go with the crowd. Think for yourself. That's one of the biggest things that TNP's True Masculinity Podcast promotes, and that's what being a man is. It's not having somebody being your Geppetto and you being a goddamn Pinocchio and you being a damn puppet and somebody out here with a battery in your back trying to tell you what to do. Running you don't want to even take the time to increase your own intelligence and inform yourself. You just want somebody to tell you what to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to King's protest because they said it's a King's protest. I'm going to do this. I'm hold signs. I'm going to do this. Like, have some actual nuts or a spine and do something for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, think for yourself. Like, stop allowing these people to manipulate y'all and to misguide y'all. That's all the left does, bro. And people fall for it because they're everywhere. They run the newspapers. They run the media markets for the majority. You know what I'm saying? The only people that are not just straight anti-Trump rhetoric is Fox News, unfortunately. You hear it's sad. They're the only ones that try, and sometimes they can be a little bit more lead toward conservatism, but they're more, in my opinion, they're more aligned with the truth than damn near any of these other media outlets out here that just straight spew just divisive, destructive rhetoric and just throw out mudsling at Trump all day. That's their profession. That's what whoever their bosses is telling them to do, is just straight up take a dump on Trump every day. And I feel like, once again, Howard's just taking it, and that's what they did when they had power. So that's the crazy thing. So when they had power, all they did all day was take a shit on Trump, even though this man was getting locked up, getting prosecuted, doing all type of crazy shit, just trying to clear his name. He wasn't even involved in politics. He was just tweeting. They shut his tweets down. They shut down his tweeting, his Twitter. Then what's the name, had to buy that shit. Shout out to Tesla. Elon Musk had to buy it and free the shit up so people can actually post and actually conduct free speech online. So he did nothing but just tweet all day. He didn't do anything, and y'all are still attacking this man. Y'all are still attacking his past politics, still attacking his last, bills and things that he did to, to help the country when he was in office. Y'all were just attacking him for 4 years and did nothing for the people. Now that you're out of office, you're just doing the same thing. It's sickening. It's really sickening. You're doing nothing but taking a dump on Trump all day, and people are sick and tired of it. And a lot of people are waking up to it, and they're tired of hearing it. They don't want to hear about how fucking Trump's fart smell every fucking day. They want to hear about fixing the goddamn economy. They don't want a media that's going on a straight up smear campaign to be up Trump's ass all day. We don't give a fuck about him. He's just a political person. He's just the head man in charge right at this point. That's all. He's just a political leader for this country, the head political leader of this country. It'll be plenty more 4 years from now, next 4 years from now, and the next 4 years from now. So we're sick and tired of that dog and pony show of just shit on Trump, bro. Change the channel. So that's why a lot of people did not vote for the liberals, did not vote for the Democrats this past election. Because that's literally, like, you can blame these media outlets for that. Like, we got tired of it. Like, we are tired of hearing politicians and all these just in news, the news platforms just shit on Trump. We're tired of it. Talk about something else. Change the channel. Talk about something that actually affects us. You're talking about, I'm just being honest, like, just like the federal shutdown, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're like, a lot of folks like that doesn't even affect us on our day-to-day. We don't give a fuck. Like, talk about things that actually affect us. Trump is trying to do things. I didn't really understand why he sent all this millions and billions of dollars to Argentina. I got to read into that. That kind of confusing to me. We got so much shit going on in this country, but it's been done before. It's not something that he's just individually done. He's not a one-off. Our country's been bailing out other countries for years, in many, many other ways, man. So, but let's get to it.
Incredible job. The people behind me are amazing. We're working very well with the Washington police, as you know. The D.C. National Guard is unbelievable. We're also getting tremendous help from Secret Service. And we are at a point where Washington is booming again. People are pouring in.
You're watching now. I'm Austin Westfall. The name of our game here is to bring you live events at.
That's Fox. Thousands of No King rallies planned across the U.S.
This weekend, millions of people are expected to take part in No Kings rallies across the country. Organizers say they plan to speak out against specific Trump administration policies.
This map shows the planned rallies in our state.
Fair use.
Organizers say they expect thousands to show up to the event at the Capitol in Olympia, and this map gives us an idea of just how many rallies are scheduled across the country. USA Today reports there are 2,500 events scheduled. That's significantly more than the 1,800 back in June for the first rally. You're looking at video of the scenes from the last rallies back in June, where people gathered in Seattle, Olympia, and Spokane. Organizers say they want this weekend's rallies to be peaceful.
It's the most patriotic and American thing you can do. And we have a 250-year-old history of disagreeing in public. In this country, everyone is entitled to their beliefs and to act on them lawfully without fear of punishment, no matter what the government in power happens to think of those beliefs. This weekend, we will protest peacefully and with courage. Courage that will fuel our community's resistance long after Saturday's peaceful protests have ended.
Seattle police say they will have officers at tomorrow's rallies who are...
It's like, these people don't even understand how stupid they look and sound by just being out here protesting. It's a bunch of liberal weirdos, a bunch of old ass lesbian white women, a bunch of fat ass, loser ass, cuck ass weirdo men, liberal men, a bunch of LGBT backdoor your cross dressing trannies. I mean, Like it's laughable, bro. Like that's why a lot of people are running away, kicking and screaming. As far as the younger population, they're running away, kicking and screaming from the Democrats. They are running the fuck away, kicking and screaming. Like they don't want to be nowhere near y'all. A lot of these folks are running the fuck away from this shit because it's. I mean, it's like a dog chasing his tail. You know, like when does it end? What will suffice for y'all? You know, because y'all sit here and under the Biden administration, y'all act like everything's honky dory. Everything's all peachy and perfect under the Biden-Harris administration. Y'all like it wasn't a damn problem in the world. You know, y'all could literally see the inflation was through the roof, and y'all was just lying out to us, trying to act like everything's good in a burning ass house. Like this is what y'all like to do right here. Putin's glory hole. This is the disrespect that people like to do. That's it. Political weirdo shit. Shit is not helping our country, not one bit. If we be honest about it. They're hitting a nerve. Republican Trump protests as hate America.
Today was day 271 of the second Trump administration. Right now, we are mere hours away from Saturday's No Kings rallies in cities and towns across the country. Organizers are expecting a massive turnout to protest the president's agenda and policies. Meanwhile, many Republicans have cast those very same rallies as anti-American and even tried to tie them to the ongoing government shutdown. Speaking of which, this was day 17 of that shutdown.
Definitely can't tie to that. That's between the higher ups and the higher ups, man. This shit ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't even deflect. That's one thing I do not like about politics. I'm unbiased, so I keep it 100. Like the Republicans can shove that after their ass if they're trying to blame this protest as far as trying to say that this is why the shutdown is taking so long. Like you can shove that shit up your ass, nigga. Instead of somebody who actually believes the bullshit. That's how I feel. But yeah.
Down, and Speaker Mike Johnson announced he'll continue to keep the House out of session all next week as well. The last time they were in session, for those keeping track, was 28 days ago, September 19th. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is not happy.
House Republicans are nowhere to be found. Literally, have been on vacation for 3 consecutive weeks, have canceled votes for 3 consecutive weeks. They are in the Legislative Witness Protection Program. No one can find them here in the Capitol, and no one can find them in their districts.
Over at the White House, Office of Management and Budget Director Russell Vought continued to use the shutdown to slash funding, posting that the Army Corps of Engineers was immediately pausing more than $11 billion for so-called lower priority projects in New York, San Francisco, Boston, and Baltimore, which all happen to be blue cities in blue states. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. Also today, former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton had his very first court appearance where he pleaded not guilty to charges of improperly handling classified documents. And tonight, the president also said he's commuting former Congressman George Santos's 7-year prison sentence for fraud and identity theft. Santos was immediately released. With all of that, I'm going to bring in our lead-off panel, Luke Broadwater, White House correspondent for the New York Times and co-author of the book Madhouse, Hayes Brown, MSNBC daily columnist and editor, and Nayara Huck.
Yeah, for people that really feel like they have no power in America, the No King. This is what the No Kings protest is for. It's for the people that feel like this is the only option they have. In their minds, they think they're doing something by doing this protest. This makes them feel like they're in charge. They have some type of political power, or this is their "I got you" to Trump, gotcha type mindset to Trump. You know, they should be focusing these things on their own communities, trying to better their own lives, better their own communities, clean up their own towns, clean up their own cities, talking to your local politicians as opposed to have taken so much issue in being so against the federal leaders. When we know most of our lives are affected by our local and state government. You know what I'm saying? It's not even, a lot of things aren't even federal a lot of times. It's like, but Kings organizers still a major blow to Trump.
Not pay them anything for the free publicity.
Fair use, man. I think these are the organizers of the No Kings protest right here. No Kings organizers. Let's see what the hell they got to say, man.
I'm joined now by Ezra Levin and Leah.
Maybe we can have some type of answer or explanation as to what is the end goal for these protests. in these rallies against conservatism and all the values that conservatism brings to America, just the order, the law and order, the peace, the care for the American citizen as opposed for the care for immigrants and illegal immigrants and migrants and all this type of stuff. Having a concern for the American populace first. There's a lot of the things like that I know a lot of people want to mix the human rights movements with the mass deportations and things like that, but that's where it's definitely a conflict of interest, because in no other country can we just come to the country freely and get all these type of subsidies and handouts and things like that they get in America, man. America is one of the most freest countries in the world, man. So it just to me, I feel like people should go back to their own countries of origin. I don't feel like that's a curse. I don't feel like that's a curse. I don't feel like that's disrespectful. I don't feel like that's a slap to the face by telling somebody, if you have so much issue, if you come to this country illegally, and then you're going to sit here and protest and cause all type of dysfunction in our country, that you should go back to your own country of origin. Bye. Depart. Leave. Go on about your life.
Greenberg, the co-founders of Indivisible and the organizers of the No Kings Day protest. Thank you guys both for coming on.
Hey, Brian, great to see you.
So we have the No Kings Day protest this weekend, Saturday, October 18th. This has come under intense attack by the Republicans, who are right now branding this thing an Antifa rally, a Hate America rally. There is this idea from some folks in the political sphere that Donald Trump may try to use this as a pretext to be able to invoke the Insurrection Act. Do you have any concern, any fear about the Trump administration leveraging this to be able to exact revenge on his enemies?
Well, look, first of all, the Republicans just can't stop talking about it. And I did not pay them anything for the free publicity. They were telling everybody that the largest peaceful protest in modern American history is coming out on Saturday.
This is always the Backdooria twig boy. Shout out to King of the Hill in Beavis and Butthead. It's always the twig boy liberal weirdos that's out here organizing these protests, and the women out here just causing chaos and spreading misinformation, man, for their own political gain, if you ask me. I bet you they're getting all type of kickback donations from all these idiot, gullible people out here that's out here doing all these protests. I bet you they were able to monetize off of this movement they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's always something deeper. You got to follow the money, man. I bet you these people line the fuck out of their pockets with all these easily manipulated people out here that's going out and doing all these protests. I know they found a way to monetize all this shit and get some type of donations and funding. I know they did, man. It's always a method to the madness when you talking about these people right here, man. You talk about the destructive people of the left. When you talk about how their agendas is to divide this country, their agenda is to depopulate this planet. Their agenda is to go against God and nature. Their agenda is to destroy the nuclear family, because most of them are backdooria, just like this guy looks like he is. Probably doesn't have no family, none of that shit. Probably a LGBT, QRS, TUV, WX, Y, and Z. I just wonder, what is their purpose is to do ungodly acts upon this earth. And it's like we don't even want to wake up and see that shit. And you know what I'm saying? It's right in front of our noses. And we refuse to see in the trees, the forest from the road. I mean, the trees from the forest and the forest from the trees. Like, it's right there in front of us, bro. You just got to decipher through it. Stop being so gullible. Stop being so easily impressed upon and easily influenced. And read through it. Like, he just looks sketchy. He looks sketchy. He looks like a weirdo. He's like a weirdo, dude. Has no bass in his voice. He's over there talking about some free publicity. Bro, the Republicans just don't want this protest to get out of hand and turn violent, bro. That's it. They're not concerned about y'all. They're not being disparaging toward people peacefully protesting. They just know the correlation between the people that are organizing it, the people who are supporting and pushing out. A lot of people already say that, I think it was a guy named Jeff Soros, and they already feel like people are the Antifa. A lot of people are paid insurrectioners, are paid what do they call it? Yeah, basically like people that's what do they call that stuff? Basically insurrectionists, like people that's paid out here to cause fray and catastrophe and stir shit up. You know what I'm saying, for political gain. So, and yeah, it's real out here, man. It is real in the field, man.
And on the more serious note, you're right. They're doing this for a reason. They don't want people peacefully protesting. The number one thing any authoritarian regime fears is
They don't give a fuck about y'all. Come on, dude. Authoritarian. What are we talking about here? Like, like they fear people protesting peacefully. Like y'all already lost. The people have spoken. These are not even the majority of the. They said they had 5 million people protest. That's not even. That's the drop in the bucket as far as the people that are voters age and shit like that. Like, I mean, across America, they estimated it was 5 million people that protested. That's the drop in the bucket. The majority is on the side of conservatism and not with y'all. It's no threat against y'all for peacefully protesting. People are just saying, watch y'all ass. Don't be out here destroying property. Don't be out here causing chaos, looting, destruction. None of this. Don't do it. Because it's going to be met with military action. So, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with quelling any insurrection before it even starts. You know what I'm saying? People want to be out here causing chaos. Hey, and then America has to do what it has to do to keep law and order and peace. So, this is how insurrections and crazy shit come up, and we ain't got time for it, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button for TNP. About to get up out of here. Probably do a little bit more. Watch a little bit more.
Broad-based, ideologically diverse, geographically dispersed, mass people power, and that's what we're going to give them on Saturday. So I think this is a standard part of the authoritarian playbook, and they are trying to dissuade people from exercising their First Amendment rights. And do you know what you do, Brian? When some regime tries to get you to not exercise your First Amendment rights, you exercise your First Amendment rights. That's how you protect them. So they're not slowing us down. We're not backing down. There are more of us than there are of them, and we're going to show up joyfully, powerfully, and in communities all around the country, red, blue, purple.
I also wouldn't lose sight of the fact that part of why they're doing this is because they are totally panicking about the fact that they have lost the thread on the shutdown fight. Americans blame Donald Trump. They blame Republicans. They are mad about rising healthcare prices. They are mad about the cost of living crisis. They're mad about the chaos and terror that they're inciting in communities. They don't have a message. They don't have an excuse for their own failures. And so they've pivoted to trying to smear millions of peaceful Americans who are coming out and exercising their First Amendment rights instead. And it's not going to work.
I want to dig into a little bit of what you were speaking about just a moment ago with regard to what an autocratic leader might fear as it relates to a mass uprising. Why is this important? Like, why is it important to get so many people out into the streets? And what will it accomplish other than people going out into the streets?
Yeah, great question. We're not doing this just to see our names in the papers. I love having a conversation with Brian, but this isn't the purpose of it. The purpose of this is twofold. One, a successful authoritarian regime creates this image that they are all powerful, that there is nothing that the population can do to push back against, so you might as well give up. There's no sense in coming out. So goal one.
These people are just got to axe the grind. These people are just angry. These people are just miserable. These people are purposeless. They don't have no purpose other than just to stir things up and stir up uprisings and shit like that. Like it's really wild. They really don't even have a reason to be angry. They're just mad they lost the election. They're talking about all rising healthcare costs. All of these things are problems that plague America. It is a bipartisan issue. It doesn't matter if the blue is in office or the red's in office. These are things that happen. Healthcare costs rise. Like it takes time. He just got into office. Hasn't even been in office a year. It takes time to get inflation down, record high inflation down. It takes time to roll back the agenda of the demonic left rolled out here and get things a little bit more in order as far as just having all these illegal immigrants here running chaotically through our country and things like that unchecked and actually supported by the Biden-Harris administration. It takes time to change things, man. It takes time to create peace in the Middle East, man. It takes time to get the ball rolling and the pendulum rolling, man. But these guys right here. Yeah, I mean, imagine this guy having some type of political power, bro. I'm just being honest. Like, does this man seem like he's all the way rap tight emotionally and intellectually? Like, does he seem like he's all the way there, or does he seem like he's fired up off emotionality and passion and feelings? You know what I'm saying? Does he feel like he's very and passionate, but he's led by his feelings? You're talking about like exercising. Nobody is stopping y'all from exercising y'all rights. The only thing that they said that I've heard them say is to make sure you keep it peaceful. So whoever y'all, and that's kind of hard to do when you got left. When anything's ran by the left, that's kind of hard to keep any type of order. Because these are people that already have no boundaries. They have no order. They dress up, men dressing up in wigs and lashes and colorful wigs and shit like that and dresses. You know what I'm saying? And women with fucking shaved buzz cuts and septum rings and all this type of weirdo shit. And then, backdoor your weirdos, and then they also praise Christ. Like, they're literally contradictions, walking, talking contradictions. And they're mad when we call stuff like that out, and we don't agree with that type of lifestyle because we feel like it's chaotic and it leads to a life of misery. You know what I'm saying? When you're out here having to axe the ground with stuff that you shouldn't be worried about. You should be over here trying to do things for your own life and your own family. Like, if anybody that's intelligent knows that this is not the way to get any type of political gain or traction in America, man. This is how you get folks hurt. For one, you can get folks hurt. Like all these folks out here, you got elderly folks out here protesting all this type of crazy shit. If something were to pop off as far as violence, man, you know, you're gonna get a lot of your own people hurt, your own constituents hurt, man. It's Yeah, like these folks out here that these folks are soldiers out here. These are old ass, elderly men and women, liberal men, old ass weirdo liberal men and women out here in these streets and shit trying to fight. Like, it really makes no sense. Hit that subscribe button too if you're out there, man. So that's just my opinion, man. It's my 2 cents. I'm gonna share it every damn time. So you just really can't trust these type of weirdo organizers out here. You know, they don't have the betterment of this country at heart at all. Because if you had the betterment of this country, you would not just be have so much solidarity and just the left. You know what I'm saying? You'd be able to see it from different perspectives. You wouldn't just have such a closed off perspective, which this guy seems to have. Like, anybody that understands that knows you got to work. The Democrats have to work with the Republicans, and the Republicans have to work with the Democrats. Like, that's just how this country rolls. It seems like the Democrats are the only ones that have such a issue or flack with this problem. When it comes to working together and trying to put our difference aside to progress America and American people. So it's very confusing, man. Very confusing, very disheartening to see that these are the type of people that are in charge of these. They're the ones that are in charge of these not riots, but this protests. Like, people like them and weirdo ass people that probably want to be on the front lines are the ones in charge and organizing these protests. Sad. But that's the life we live right now, man. Bunch of dysfunction, a bunch of misinformation, and a bunch of propaganda being spewed out there to try to control and manipulate you emotionally.
To burst that bubble, make it clear that this is a week in field. This is a mass recruitment event for democracy.
Leah, to what extent does the fact that
Excuse me, like I had blocked myself. Like I said, so apparently only Democrats have the right to democracy. Like like that's crazy. Like only y'all. So basically, you're trying to say only y'all have the authority to run a democracy. Like, so when the Republicans get in office, what are we running? What are they running? Like, that's crazy as hell to try to say like only the Democrats have like all of the rights to democracy. Like man, it is really no joke out here. Just the misinformation that's being spread. Like, it's crazy. Give me a second, man. I'm about to let this play a little bit. Hop in this car, do some little things, man. Y'all watch this, man. I'm gonna still be here talking. Give me a second, real fast. TNP, hit that like button, subscribe, baby.
we saw kind of our first foray into effective organizing occur during
I say it all the time. The point is just to push back on Trump and conservatism. It's not to help the people. She just said it. She literally just explained what I feel like is really prevalent in as far as just being a Democrat and in the Democratic policy. The Democratic policy is basically to do nothing for the constituents and for the people, and to shit on whoever the conservative figurehead is at that time. That's it. That's it. She just answered it. Like, they literally use all their power to try to push back on the conservative viewpoint and the conservative political leaders. That's it. That is it, man. In a nutshell. And that's why people have fallen out of love with the left. So people have let this whole ideal of radical leftism and things like that, and radical liberalism, we let it go, man. We are collectively tired of the lip boxing and the weirdo people like this selling us bullshit just to want to be divisive and hate on people and make money and monetize off of our dysfunction at the bottom. That's all they're doing, man. They don't talk anything about anything that can progress us as a people. They don't talk about solutions. They don't talk about anything that can help us as a country. All they want to do is take a dump on Trump. And people are sick and tired of it, man. We are sick and tired of the bull, man. But appreciate y'all tapping in this morning with me, man. We did a good old hour, man, about how I feel about the No Kings protest. I feel like it's a crock of shit. These are the people that are leading it right here. You can see for yourself. They already look disingenuous. They don't even look like they even give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just a bunch of white Jasmine Crockett's. Feel like they can just sit out here and just throw out these little quips and speaking points, and people just gonna eat it up and believe it and fall for the bull, man. But TNP, we is on they ass, on they bumper, man. It's been a good show this morning. Appreciate y'all tapping in. TNP, hit that like button, subscribe, man. It's been a good show. Appreciate y'all tapping in with me. If you feel so obliged and you watching later, man, throw some on that Cash App. Looking at the link is in the description box. If you want to show some love, support the channel. We are Audi 5000. I appreciate you tapping in this morning. Kind of want to maybe we can go a little bit longer, just see who all's out there, tapped in a little bit. So we continue to get these watch hours up, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Hit that like button. I appreciate y'all coming in here, showing some love to the channel. We are almost monetized. We're trying to get these watch hours up. It is a steady grind getting these watch hours up. You know, and nobody gonna give it to you. And nobody gonna hand you nothing in this world. As my father once told me, you got to go out there and get it. So yeah, man, I'm just out here just giving my opinion, and I know it's catching a lot of flack from the left, liberal, weirdo, Democratic shields out there, man. We're cool with that. We're 100% cool with that, man. So yes, sir, man. Turn this Bluetooth off so we can hear some of this.
Whether it's the tech CEOs, whether it's law firms, whether it's universities, the sad reality is that we've seen all of these entities capitulate to the Trump administration, largely for financial reasons. And so at the end of the day, I think we have to disabuse ourselves of this notion that somebody else is coming to save us, that it's not going to be any of these companies, that it's not going to be the press, that at the end of the day, it is going to be, it's going to be all of us that have to show this administration that the power lies just in this mass uprising of people.
It's not that big of an uprising, honestly. You're talking about a couple million across the whole United States. That ain't shit. When you're talking about a country that has hundreds of millions of people in it, you're talking about a few people that have voiced their concern and their discontent toward Trump and the Trump administration, even though he's only been in office a couple months. He's only been sworn in a couple months, only been in charge a couple months. Y'all in July, y'all had to have a No Kings protest. Now you gotta have a No Kings protest. He literally laid out and said what he was gonna do. He's gonna mass deport a lot of illegal immigrants. He's laid out his whole plan, man. So y'all knew it was coming. We already knew it was coming. So it's like it's confusing to me how they can sit here and just have this mindset like they're just so shock and awe and all these things. He said he's literally doing everything he said he was gonna do during this campaign. Every single thing. So you don't got me confused, and I will not jump on the bandwagon. I will not support the divisiveness of the left. I will not support the dysfunctional, degenerate, low-life movements of the left. And we're gonna continue to push forward and spread a message of togetherness. We're gonna spread a message of godliness, of truth, honesty. law and order, family. You know, family. We really got to push family, man. We really got to push family, man. In 2025 and beyond, we got to push family. We got to, you know, advocate for families to stick together, especially in the black community and minority communities. We got to, you know, do things that actually help our community as a whole. You know, we got to fight against the demonic left. You know, as you can see in my thumbnail, death to the left, man, death to the left. I've seen a lot of people say that quote, and I kind of agree and appreciate that mindset, man, because the left is a demonic entity, man. Like outwardly they press for abortion. They press for LGBT rights. As far as pushing that agenda onto us through the social media and online platforms, they push to censor you, to censor what you can say, to censor your free thought and freedom of speech. A lot of the things they do, they just they wonder why people have turned their back on the Democratic Party, because a lot of these things align themselves with the devil. So yeah. Yes, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in this morning, man. It's been a good one. We're gonna come back with another live stream a little bit later. TNP, if you're on here right now, subscribe, hit the like button. It's been a good show today.